I'm Joe Gigliotti, PhD, and I am your guide for this journey you are about to embark on. Now, to survive here in this generation, you're going to have to know a few things. Come along for the ride. I will show you how to live. Welcome to another edition of How to Live. I'm your host, Professor and PhD, Joe Gigliotti. I thank you for tuning in. Folks, today's episode is all about how to rest. We all like a little rest and relaxation, or R&R as the kids say. And so today's lessons will be all about how to rest. And the first lesson here is another R word, and that is teaching you just how to relax. Relax.
The hurry and scurry of modern life is getting a lot of us down, or maybe we're just getting soft. For here's a shop, a department of a leading metropolitan store, dedicated to those who just can't take it. It's a sleep and comfort shop, and it's exclusively devoted to people looking for comfort, relaxation, and sleep. This happy couple, for instance, have a real problem, because the wife sinks out of sight on a soft mattress, and hubby there floats like a cork on any other kind. Well, here's the sleep shop's answer. A mattress with one side soft and the other side hard. And appropriately enough, it's called the Jack Sprat mattress. Here's another victim of the modern age. This chap's a confirmed pillow puncher. Worn to a frazzle by the day's problems, he battles it out with the pillow all night long. He's been fighting his pillow for years, and so far he's lost every round. What he needs is the new cutaway pillow, which curves around the neck and positively will not bunch around the shoulders. One trial with the cutaway type, and he's finished with pillow pummeling forever. The Sleep Shop offers all these devices for one purpose, to make you more comfortable and relaxed, so it will be easier to sleep. Well, that takes care of our nightlife, but what about our waking hours? Science must have some answer to a problem as important as this. Suppose we pay a visit to the laboratory of a famous psychologist and see if he can give us the answer. Dr. Laird, you're recognized everywhere as an authority on relaxation. Well, how can people relax under the tension of modern life? What's the cause of this tension anyway? And what can we do about it?
There's several causes of tension. Causes which arise from inborn human reactions and are just as natural as getting hungry when we haven't eaten. One important cause is noise. Even the expectation of noise is sufficient to build up considerable tension. No matter what you try to do, your muscles start to tighten. And if you try to relax, the very attempt results in tension-building effort. Notice how the clenching of the hand is measured with this instrument, which we call a tensionometer. Now, another cause of tension is the fear of falling, of loss of bodily support. In the laboratory, it's measured this way.
Well, Dr. Laird, that's really tension. It looks as though she's broken the machine.
This fear, like the fear of noise, is inborn. Even newly born babies show it. And anyone who has visited an amusement park can surely recognize it in grown-ups. A third and very important cause of tension is the fear brought about by limitation of movement, by loss of physical freedom. Watch this demonstration. The moment your arms are prevented from moving, an inborn fear reaction causes your muscles to tense. This reaction is brought forth by any situation which hinders free movement.
I get it. That's what happens to us in a crowd.
That's right. Whenever something holds you so you can't move freely, this fear develops and causes tension.
Well, that's clear enough. But Dr. Laird, can people do anything to avoid tension?
Yes. The way to get rid of tension is to do just the opposite of all the things that cause it. Get room to stretch out, room to move in, to relax. Let yourself go.
Well, that's good news. Suppose we just look into things a little further and see what architects and engineers are doing to help us get rid of tension. Let's take noise, for instance. Let's see how the architect of the modern House of Ideas in Rockefeller Center, New York, has done away with disturbing noise in the home. First, outside noise has been cut down by packing the walls and roof with plenty of insulation. Of course, in any normal family, there is plenty of noise from inside, too. So sound-deadening materials are used in some inside rooms as well. For instance, in the kitchen, to soften the clatter of pots and pans. And in this boy's room. Of course, we can't spend all our time at home. Most of us find relaxation going places. But we can find quiet while traveling, too. For the car of today is soundproofed all around in much the same way as the house of today. But how about the second cause of tension Dr. Laird mentioned? The fear of falling. The first place we think of is the stairs, for falls on stairs account for a big percentage of home accidents. That's why in this house, the height of the steps has been scientifically determined, and that's why they are safely carpeted to make footing firmer. Improperly designed chairs can bring out the sensation of falling, as you know if you ever sat down in a chair a couple of inches lower than you thought it was. So the designer of these chairs made them just the right height for the average person, and firm enough to give a real feeling of support. Today's modern automobile, too, has been scientifically designed to eliminate any tension caused by the fear of falling. Balanced springs have smoothed out the bumpiest roads, and the engineers have figured out ways of controlling rear spring action so that one rear seat passenger enjoys as smooth a ride as three. But how about the third cause of tension? Tension resulting from the feeling of being cramped or confined. Of course, the best way to get rid of that feeling is to get out in the open, even if it's for just a short drive in the country. For now that the modern automobile has been made so much longer and wider, there's no feeling of being confined. There's plenty of room for three couples to ride comfortably. And with the floor of the front compartment cleared of gear lever and handbrake, the front seat passengers can relax and shift position as easily as those in the rear. And in the modern home, architects have done the same job of providing more space for everybody by making one room do the work of two or three. For instance, here's a dining room, and here's the guest room, and very attractive, too. But most families seldom use the guest room, and the dining room is used for only a short time each day. Instead of letting all this usable space go to waste, wouldn't it be nice if the two rooms could be combined into one big recreation room? Well, they can. And in a jiffy. How's that for roominess? With a playroom like this for home movies or games, relaxation won't be any problem for the people in this house, particularly if they follow Dr. Laird's suggestions.
So remember these simple rules to keep relaxed. Get rid of those leftover tensions in the muscles of the face and head. We have to exert ourselves at the start to get started on the habit of relaxing. Concentrate on the forehead now. We can feel the tension there. Now exert yourself to relax it. More. Still more. Look far away. Keep relaxing. Stay away from noisy places. And value the ability to make your mind a blank. Do these things to untense. And we will approach each day with a better outlook. Poised, relaxed. That's the way to let yourself go and have a better time going.
Okay, now that you know all about just how to relax, it's time for our next lesson here in How to Rest. And that, folks, is making sure that you're under those covers all snug and got your pillow all puffy and comfy and on the cool side of the pillow, we hope. And that involves knowing how to sleep tight. Sleep tight.
A new baby's an exciting addition to the family, but there are problems too.
He's always asleep. When's he ever going to be any fun?
All he ever does is eat and sleep.
Yes, eat and sleep. And that's just about all you did too when you were a baby. You had to depend on your mother for all the things that you needed. She had to feed you, to bathe you, to put you down to sleep. As you grow older, you learn to do more and more things for yourself. Some of these things you do so often that they become habits. Everybody has habits. Dad likes to read his newspaper every evening in this same chair. It's one of his habits. Habits are things you do naturally without having to think about them. Martha first had to think each step when she tied a bow knot. Now she can do it easily and quickly. Regular habits make daily living much easier since they help us do things without having to think about them. Some of the habits you learn now may stay with you all your life.
All right, children. It's time to get ready for bed.
I'm almost through with this chapter, Mother.
It's time for bed, Susie. You go right to sleep now.
Getting ready for bed at a regular time is one of the most important habits you can learn. A quiet hour or two before bedtime is part of this habit. It makes you feel relaxed and sleepy, ready for bed. Washing up is part of the going to bed habit. Any regular routine before bedtime helps you feel sleepy. Hanging up your clothes can be part of this routine. They'll air out overnight and be neat for tomorrow. Wearing the right kind of night clothes is important. David's pajamas fit him loosely and don't bind him around the waist. David likes to open his window when it isn't too cold for fresh air, but he's careful not to sleep in a draft. Of course, Martha has her own habits. Instead of opening her window, she gets fresh air by opening her door a bit.
Good night, David.
Good night, sis.
David's bed is comfortable and the mattress isn't too soft. The covers on his bed are warm without being heavy. And so David's ready for bed at just about the usual time. Of course, he sometimes stays up later, but that doesn't happen often enough to change his going to bed habits. Now to sleep. Some people go right to sleep, others take longer. Because David has regular sleeping habits, he usually drops off very quickly. David has probably never stopped to think what a wonderful thing sleep is. In sleep, the muscles of the body are relaxed. It's the most perfect way to relax that we have. Our breathing is slower and deeper when we sleep. The body's temperature is lower. Even the heart beats more slowly. The whole body is resting. To rest all our muscles, we turn in our sleep. Some people turn often, others not so often, but we all do it. It's a normal part of sound, healthy sleep. Dreams are normal too. Often they're suggested by things around us while we sleep. Dreams don't seem to make much sense, do they? That's because the brain is resting along with the body, so it's less alert when you sleep. After a good night's sleep, you usually wake up easily and naturally. The alarm hasn't rung yet. David finds that he usually wakes up before it goes off. Of course, it takes him a little while to get fully awake. You're never at your best until at least an hour or two afterwards. That's one reason why getting up early is so important. There's plenty of time for breakfast, too. Breakfast is an important meal that shouldn't be missed. If you usually go to bed early enough, you usually wake up early, too. You can start the day in a pleasant, unhurried way. It's more fun for you that way, and more fun for the rest of the family, too. David and Martha enjoy their mornings, and that helps them enjoy the whole day. As the day goes on, you get more and more value from your regular sleeping habits. Plenty of sleep helps you to be bright and alert to the very end of the day. But what about bad sleeping habits? George just doesn't get enough sleep. And now in the afternoon, he's tired. It's hard for him to pay attention in class. When the teacher calls on him, George just can't seem to remember things that he really ought to know. George doesn't realize it, but his main trouble is bad sleeping habits. Last night, for instance...
No, Muggsy. Don't rub me out. I didn't do it. Honest, I didn't.
No rat's gonna squeal on me. You know too much, Limpy.
You know I wouldn't sing, Muggsy. We've been pals too long.
Slat saw you in the DA's office.
Sure, I was there, but they didn't get nothing out of me.
Then why was the coppers around here today?
I don't know, Muggsy. I don't know.
You squealed, that's why. You put the finger on me.
You can't do it, Muggsy. You can't. You can't. Oh.
Yes, George has bad sleeping habits. And even when he finally does get into bed, he finds it hard to go to sleep. That's because he hasn't formed the habit of going to sleep at a regular time each night. And it's just as hard for him to wake up in the morning.
George! George! Get up, George.
He's still tired because he hasn't had enough sleep.
Hey, Mom, where are my books?
On the mantel, dear. George, close the door.
The morning starts badly, and the whole day goes badly when you get too little sleep too often. And even after class is over, you keep on paying the penalty for bad sleeping habits. You don't have much fun when you're tired and low in energy. Lack of sleep makes it hard for you to do your best. You just can't seem to get into the game and have fun the way the other fellas do. You're irritable and cross, hard to get along with. People don't like you, and you don't like yourself when you're like that. Probably neither David nor George realize how important their sleeping habits are to the way they enjoy their waking hours. Going to bed at a regular time each night makes it easier for you to go right off to sleep instead of lying awake long into the night. You wake up easily and naturally without having to be dragged out of bed. And most important, your day starts right and stays right. Both David and Martha have learned that good sleeping habits help you get the most out of everyday living.
Hello and welcome back. I hope you have all the tools that you need now to sleep tight and make sure those bed bugs don't bite. So we will erase this one here and we will move on to our next lesson here, and that involves getting enough sleep. Ideally, you want about 8 hours, possibly more if you feel like you need it, of rest so you're ready for your next day. So our next lesson is get more sleep. More sleep.
What's the matter, George? Sure had a tough time today.
I don't know.
Gotta get in condition. The conference meet's only a month away. We're going to need you.
George, you think you'll live? Cut it out. I can't help it if I'm tired out once in a while. Once in a while, he says.
Did you ever try going to bed at night?
I don't need as much sleep as you guys. Look at Edison, only 4 hours sleep a night.
Just because you can turn on a light doesn't mean you're another Edison. Go on, I'll see you, Tom.
See you tomorrow.
Hey, so long, Edison.
Seriously, George, it's not only your running. I've seen how dead you've been in class. Sue and the girls are talking about it, too.
Oh, not Sue.
Yes, Sue, and you know why.
I haven't got time to waste sleeping. Too many other things to do.
That's just the point. If you don't get enough sleep, you won't have the pep to do other things.
Now, look, Professor, I guess I know what's good.
Hi, Coach.
Hi, Tom. George.
I was just leaving.
Oh, wait for me, will you, Tom?
Yeah, stick around, Tom. You're George's pal. Say, George, I've just been checking over your medical records. The doc gives you a clean bill of health. So what's wrong? You don't smoke. What about coffee?
No.
Well, haven't you been eating right?
Oh, it's just that I'm tired out all the time, I guess.
How much sleep do you get?
About 5 or 6 hours a night.
Well, you need more than that, don't you?
We're going to need you in top form.
Now, don't start that again. I told you.
Hey, take it easy. Here's a chance for you to get some of that rest you need. Sit down. Relax.
No, Coach, I sit all day and all night studying. That's not resting.
Oh, maybe not. But the running you do, that should provide relaxation.
Relaxation? That's what tires me out.
How about it, Tom? Do you feel tired?
Sure, but I still feel good. After sitting in class all day, I get a lift out of running.
Well, that's the way it should be. A change like that can be restful.
Doesn't work that way for me.
Works for your father.
Oh?
You know, I bowl with your dad every week. He has a great time.
Well, I bet I can draw a picture of your home. Dinner's over, and your father has made himself comfortable in his easy chair. But now he's going out to bowl. You see, he spends most of his day at the office sitting. He's ready for a change in the evening, some exercise.
I get the idea. Sis is a sales girl, on her feet all day. So for her, it's a restful change to sit and read.
But what sort of a change do you get? There you are, George, tired out. And when you're so tired, how much studying do you really do?
But, Coach, I have to study if I want to keep eligible.
How do you work that, Tom?
Me? I just have a set period for studying in the evening. When the time's up, I stop.
Stop?
Sure. I'm usually through anyway. Honest, George. Bet if you'd get enough rest, you'd be able to do your studying in half the time. And do it better, too.
Then you'd have plenty of time left for sleep and the other things you want to do.
And you'd be able to stay awake at parties. Tell them about last Saturday night.
Saturday night?
You know what happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had some of the gang over. It was a nice little party, I guess. At least everybody had a good time. Everybody but me.
And Sue.
Yeah, Sue didn't have much fun either. She told me yesterday. She's still plenty sore. And why not? She's full of pep. She doesn't have to waste her time with someone like me. Say, I'll bet Sue gets a lot of sleep and rest. What do you think, Coach?
What do you think?
Yeah, maybe I could use more sleep. Oh, but, Coach, I tried it once. One time I got to bed real early. But I just couldn't get to sleep. Gotta get to sleep. History. English. Oh, I can't get anywhere with it anyway. What'll I do? I'll be called on for sure. No, gotta get to sleep. Can't sleep. Can't sleep. Can't sleep. Oh, no. Never get to sleep. Might as well try to study. Let's see now. Tariff. Protective tariff. Reciprocal. Trade.
Sleep is a wonderful thing, George. When you sleep, your whole body is taking it easy. Even your breathing and your heartbeat are slower, easier.
Sleep. Brother, that next morning. Ooh, I never felt worse. I was still worn out, and I stayed worn out all day. So you see, that's no good.
And you didn't try it again.
What was the use?
Well, then there's your trouble. You have to try it again and again until it becomes a habit. Oh, it may not be easy the first few times, but once you're in the habit of going to bed on time and going right to sleep, you'll find it much easier.
Am I right, Tom? I never have any trouble sleeping.
But, Coach, what can I do to get to sleep? Right away, I mean.
There's some things you can try. You should be tired, but not too tired. Your day should include a variety of activities, and preferably some exercise late in the afternoon. Then a warm bath, warm, not hot, may help you relax. And perhaps help you forget any worries that might keep you awake, including the conference meet coming up. You know, I've got a hunch we're going to do all right. So long, boys.
See you tomorrow, Coach.
So long, Coach. Thanks. There. Ventilation. Room shouldn't be too warm. Slept pretty well last night. Better than the first few nights. Maybe I am getting in the habit. Pretty good, 8 hours again. Better relax a little. Room quiet. Wait a minute. Did I get all my studying done? I can't worry now. Time to sleep. I'll be fresher in the morning. Let go now. Relax. Take it easy. Hey, time to get up already? I must have slept like a top. Feel pretty good, too. A few more nights like that, and I'll really be in condition.
Say, what's got into you? What's the hurry?
Somebody waiting for me.
Not Sue. Who else? Hey, is it true she got you to work on the spring play?
Uh-huh, I'm trying out for it right after the conference meet.
Say, how can you do so many things?
It's a trade secret. But I'll give you a little hint. I'm not another Thomas Edison.
Huh? Oh, I know. You've quit studying. Well, look for another man now.
Ask him.
Don't worry, he's eligible with plenty to spare now.
Boy, George, you sure set a pace today.
Am I tired? How about you?
Tired? Who, me?
Well, now that you've gotten more sleep, that should wrap it up here for today's episode of How to Rest. I thank you for tuning in to this latest edition of How to Live. I'm your host, Professor Extraordinaire and PhD, Joe Gigliotti. I thank you for tuning in. Keep it simple, and we'll see you next time.